I'm gonna be honest. I'm not always the chill guy that I make myself out to be on the internet. What I mean by that is, I've dealt with anxiety for a long time, and I'm feeling the best I've ever felt now that I'm getting closer to God, just to get that out of the way. But I still need God to help me, because I try to be a chill guy, and for the most part, that's my personality. But every human being has stress, and sometimes that stress gets the better of you, especially when you take your eyes off God, which, of course, I try not to, but, we all do it every once in a while, and it's not good. That's why we need to stay close to God, so He can show us the way back. And recently, honestly, of course, going into the holiday season, my family, I'm not going to get into details, but just family stuff and just how my family acts sometimes, they just, of course, their seasonal problems they deal with, just every holiday season, freaking out about something. But my family has just been dealing with a lot of stress, and then I've been dealing with a lot of stress when it comes to my schoolwork, because I'm at a new school now, and, I just have to deal with a lot of new stuff and figuring out stuff and meeting new people, and it's not going horribly wrong. It's just, just a lot of stress, and it was getting really bad. And last night, like, my family was, we're better now, I would say. We're more on top of it. But last night, like, my parents were arguing about something, and then, it's all better now. I'm just saying, last night, my parents were arguing about something, and it was getting kind of, like, heated, and then something got projected at me or whatever, and then I just was getting stressed out about school and stuff and family and everything, just everything about the future, and because I'm a junior now, I'm gonna be an adult soon, 16, I'm gonna be an adult soon, so just freaking out about my future and everything. And I literally was talking to God, and I was like, God, like, why can't you just come back? Like, it was one of those moments. It was one of those moments where you're talking to God, and you're like, God, just come back, please. Please. God, just come back. Yeah, no, just come back. And, one of those moments where it's like, God, come back, do something, like, I'm afraid of the future, my family's going nuts, I'm messing up, I'm trying to do better in school, and just like, God, come back. And I felt like so much anxiety, and it did not feel like God was there. And honestly, mixed with the main reason, honestly, that I've dealt with, like, that constant depression and anxiety my whole life, which, again, is way better now, way better, ever since I started getting closer to God, way better. But the reason why my whole life I had been finding that, I had been feeling that way, is because, like, I've always been different. I've always been the weird one. I've always been, like, even my family and my closest friends, like, they don't fully understand everything about me. And I've always been the weird one, the different one. And, no one's ever really fully understood every little thing about me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even my parents. Like, my parents, when I was a kid, they did. But as I got older, it seems that we kind of, when it came to the topic of, like, things I'm interested in and stuff, it seems that we kind of split apart. Now that they know a little bit about it, but it's just my personal life, like, has gotten way more personal, which I guess is kind of supposed to happen as you get older, but same thing happened when my when my great-grandma died and my grandparents died. Like, I just always had that feeling of, like, I could have talked to them more. I could have done stuff with them more. I could have said more. And that I was just worrying about that last night. Like, I don't want that feeling with my parents. Because, like, I'm 16, but my parents had me at an older age, so I have an older family. And my parents are already older. And I was just thinking, man. I mean, you know, as a Christian, you'll see him in heaven, but, like, man, I don't want to have that same feeling, man. I need to talk to them more. I need to do stuff with them more. But it's like they just don't. I mean, they understand me to an extent. Like, I tell them stuff about myself, and they understand me to an extent, obviously. We live in the same house. But, like, it seems as I get older, they understand me less and less. And my friends obviously understand me way more, but even then, like, there's just things that I'm interested in and creative stuff that, like, I haven't found anyone really that relates to that, except for random people online in comment sections and stuff. So it's like, you know, I'm kind of just rambling now about my life, but to get into how God helped me. So last night I was worrying about all that, going crazy. Felt like he wasn't there. And I remember just saying, like, God, I know you love me. I know you're there. I trust in you no matter what. But just come back, man. Just show your face to me at this point. Come on, do it already. Show your face to me. So many times I didn't say it like that because I fear God. So because I fear God. Yeah, I did not say it like that in that moment. But, you know, that was kind of the attitude, I guess. It's not a good attitude. But, just so depressed, just so lonely. Because I've always kind of dealt with that, like, my whole life. I've been saved since I was 4, but like I said, I was kind of like the prodigal son, I guess, a little bit. Kind of drifted off, and finally I'm now coming back. But like I said, like, my whole life, though, I never had anyone who, like, every single thing that I was interested in, every single creative thing, that I never had anyone that fully understood me and, like, was interested in everything that I could talk to. Like, a lot of my interests and my creativity, I just kind of kept to myself, and there wasn't a lot of things that I could talk to people about. I don't even know if any of this is making sense, but just, I've always been an extroverted introvert. So, like, I love talking to people. I love congregating with people. But then I like to have my alone time because there are just some things that people don't understand about me. Like, it's nothing extremely weird or crazy. It's just, you know, certain things that I like creatively and interested that just not everyone understands. Again, there are people out there who understand, but that I've actually met in person. You know, my family and friends. But ever since I was talking to God more, an aspect that God has been showing me in my relationship with him is that he knows everything about me. He knows what I like creatively. He knows what I like, you know, he knows what I'm interested in. He knows what I like creatively. He knows every little thing about me. Every genre of music I like. Every show, whatever. And he loves that about me. Like, he loves every single detail about me. And he, like, created me this way. He cherishes me this way. And I think I've just been entering into that more and more, that God really loves me and he really cares about me. And last night, I was kind of with that attitude of just show yourself to me already. Come back to Earth at this point. Come on. So selfish, because there are so many people out there who aren't ready for him to come back. So dang selfish, you know. But come back already. Whatever. And even in the midst of all that, he said to me, the presence of God came. He said to me, he just went, Preston, I love everything about you. And I cherish you. And you may not fully understand why you go through stuff in your head. Why you go through mental stuff and, you know, feeling sad and lonely and anxious. You may not understand it, but you don't always have to understand it. You just have to trust in me. And everything will be okay, and I'll give you peace. So I was like, okay. I got up and just started listening to Christian rap music. And I felt his presence even more. He just filled me with so much peace and like love and just joy. And his presence was right there. I could feel it. And he was just like, see, just trust in me. You may not always understand why you're going through something, but just trust in me. And everything will be okay. So just trust in God. Like, no matter what you're going through, no matter where you're at, no matter how life may look, just trust in God, because he knows more than you. The spiritual realm is more real than the physical realm. He knows way more than you. So just trust in God. And everything will be okay. Don't know if this resonated with any of you, but I'm done with Satan's lies. You're trying to get me to stray away and think stray thoughts. I'm done with it. I'm following God. I hope you do too. God bless and have a good holiday season.